15 years, back at the Tonys. How's it feel, Lea?
Incredible. Such a dream, honestly.
So, like, the love of this show, I mean, like, when you think of the storyline, it's like you wonder if it's going to hit, and then it does, and then it not only hits, but it spawns great versions, like the Deaf West version, and then now the documentary. Now you guys are back on stage. What is the magic, Jonathan?
A great work of art. I mean, Duncan Sheik and Steven Slater and Michael Mayer made an incredible, original, risky, daring piece of theater. We were lucky enough to be in it, and we have our own magic between us, the entire cast, that helped that initial experience. And it's why we're so proud of this documentary, Spring Awakening, Those You've Known, on HBO and HBO Max, because it really tells the story of this unlikely success of a show becoming a sensation. And there's a moment even where Michael Mayer says Spring Awakening doesn't exist without the Tony Awards, because we couldn't get an audience until the Tonys happened. And so it was we were a dark horse on Broadway. And it's amazing that 15 years later we're still talking about this show.
I think at the time what was kind of cool was I feel like there is this great kind of genre diversity on Broadway, but at the time we stood out because, you know, rock and roll and hip hop and music that wasn't kind of more traditional, more kind of classical musical theater was, and I don't want to say shunned, but it was considered a little bit more risky at the time. And so I think we stood out, you know, because we were singing this rock music, but we were dressed up in the 19th century kind of German school garb and everything. So we seemed like this risky, edgy show at the time, and we're learning that you know, in a lot of ways it still is.
To be back here at the Tonys is incredible, but to be back here at the Tonys with this cast and this family that we have together makes this whole night even better than I could have ever imagined.
Last question, you know, the documentary, the love, the Actors Fund performance, all of that stuff. Like, is this the kind of thing that you guys are always, that can never leave, that the three of you and the rest are actually going to go out there and continue to perform because it has such a fan base and love?
I think we'll always, we've always stayed in touch as a group, and there's always been a text chain, and there's always been dinners, and we would go to each other's shows, but there was something about coming together 15 years later to do the material together. I mean, we were at dinner like a couple of nights later, and Gallagher was like, I think I can live the rest of my life now. You know, there was so much rebonding that happened, and we all just kind of fell in love with each other all over again. I don't know if we'll continue to do the show, but we will forever be in each other's lives in a very profound way.
I'll be doing it at dinner theater 30 years from now. The spiky hair, a cigarette, and a martini.
I will join you. I will join you.